Well, at the end of the day, what happened was you made me watch people rape their own children and let other people rape their children because they were just, for whatever reason, too disincentivized or unmotivated to stand up for their own children being raped. You don't have any leverage to tell me a goddamn fucking thing on a restriction concerning a child. Are you afraid that if you try to condition a 10, 11, maybe 12-year-old girl, or maybe because the way you sick fucks are 7, 8-year-old boy, that they should touch their genitals and do all these kinky sex things so somebody else can launder some money and let it feel good for them? And then if they're bad boys and girls, it'll start feeling bad, and then they'll have to do different kinds of drugs than they get to do with the grown-ups that are sexually exploiting them than if they are good girls and boys. And you're going to tell me I'm not allowed to teach children how to use weapons so that when you try to do that, they can eliminate the possibility that you're capable of exploiting them? Yeah, that didn't work. It didn't work this whole time. It's no longer an option. So we're going to have to renegotiate. We're going to have to reestablish terms moving forward. Because I already know you've already spent at least 2 generations of young children hooking up their genitals for sexual commerce. And I now realize what happened. It's never been done before. You start children out at very young age in capital outlays processes connected to the Department of Defense. And if they want to have a political career at a certain point, they have to make the buy-in. They have to agree to take on children of their own. I've known this actively since before the 2018 election. When you started taking options from my childhood that you had already let get illegally dispossessed from me and then made into rationales in somebody else's portfolio and then operationalizing them to be given as a campaign contribution to somebody else, including people that are now moonlighting as if they're qualified to be in government. And I didn't accept that, and I won't accept that. If anybody should have access to the options from my childhood, it should be me. And you made a lot of good tech and a lot of good weapons out of them. And it's not my fucking fault that I refuse to engage in acts of prostitution. It's not my fault that I will not honor any contract terms associated with confidentiality or trade secrets or superior intelligence associated with people that willingly and knowingly engaged in the sexual exploitation of children to do whatever the fuck they thought they could justify as a professional. It's not acceptable. And I know that I have a very unique form of capital nobody fucking else has. And I'm going to use it. I already told you. I already warned you. I already warned you. Okay, so, you're going to figure this shit out. It's unfortunate that really what it says is all these so-called debts, they weren't real. They were extortion to try to get me to agree to cooperate with you around the financial sexual exploitation of children. You haven't worked that very effectively, at least insofar as I'm concerned. You're not going to. A lot of your shit's going down anyway. When are you going to get it through your head? You got way, 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 way too much of an arsenal. This is what it sounds like in the end. That all you've got is an extortion scheme based upon making sure a younger generation doesn't achieve consciousness independent of being sexually exploited into being coerced into cooperating with the existing regime. And that's why not a goddamn fucking so-called liberal or so-called progressive in the fucking United States government will take on the DoD contracting scheme. And that was a bad decision on their part. And unfortunately, because they refused to do it, that now means I have a monopoly. Now, if you want to try to make some antitrust claim against me and the unilateral power I have over every fucking DoD contract moving forward, you can come talk to me in person with your lawyer. But so far as I know, nobody else is qualified. Figure it out.